Okay guys, so we are doing a full body strength routine with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, whatever you got. We're gonna do 2 exercises back to back, starting with a kettlebell or dumbbell goblet squat, so the weight's in front of you, about 10 to 15 repetitions. Then you're gonna move right into the step up lunge, 10 on each side. You're gonna repeat both exercises 3 or 4 times with a rest of like a minute or 2 in between. Okay, so grab your weight, find the appropriate weight for you, take a breath in, fill the container, brace the core, lower the body down to a height that feels appropriate, and then drive yourself back. Inhale, lowering, exhale, driving. So it's contain the breath and then drive back. Contain the breath, drive back. Focusing on the glutes to drive you up and then the quads to extend the knee at the top. But the glutes are really what's gonna drive you up. The core stays stable and braced the whole time. Don't let the shoulders round forward. Stay upright, like you're sitting into a chair and then driving yourself up. I'm gonna show another variation here, which is lowering the weight in front of you, and I do a sumo stance. I like wide stances because I'm tall, so it feels better for my structure, but it really depends on your hips. Don't let the knees cave in or fall too far out to the sides. You want to have your body stacked, so you're driving yourself and lowering yourself. It's like a piston, driving up, lowering down. Have some fun while you're doing it, but stay focused, right? During every set, I want you to stay very focused. The breath is very much turned on. You're dialed in, strong, and then driving. Okay, moving right into the step up. We're doing it here without weight, and I'm doing this as an athletic type of stance. We're focusing on the glute to drive up. I'm like pulling myself like I'm running, reaching and then pulling myself up. My head is staying over my front foot. That way my glute is most active and I'm stacking my bones. It's like I'm coiling my body like a spring and driving up. We want our strength training to translate to athletic movement. We don't want to just build muscles that are dumb. We want to have muscles that are very intelligent. So we program this in a way where our structure is aligned and driving you to a greater type of action, whether that's dance or running or hiking. We don't want to just build strength for the sake of strength. We want dynamic, functional strength, right? So you're going to do 10 on each side. And it's different when you don't have weight. When I don't have weight, I'm really focusing on those biomechanics versus when I have weight, it's different. So now my arms are hanging down, moving into the weighted variation. I'm still gonna try to bring my head forward and I'm driving with my glute to step myself up. Inhale, exhale. So it's like I'm catching the weight, driving myself up. Inhale, capture the weight, exhale, drive yourself up. A lot of focus is going on here. Every set, I'm not thinking about my phone. I'm not thinking about obligations. I'm thinking about dropping my mind into my body and my breath, driving myself upright, using my hips to upright my body, switching to the other side. I'm loading myself and then driving myself up. So stay focused, guys. Okay, just a few more rounds. Driving up, lowering back, driving up. We want our hips and our posterior chain to be very strong. That's what propels the athlete. That's what helps you stand up. Right? Usually we have all that low back pain because we're rounded forward and we're using our spinal erectors, the small muscles around the spine, to stand up rather than our hips. So use these 2 motions to really build your hips. Okay, moving on. Dumbbell or kettlebell RDL, Romanian Deadlift, to a bear plank core taps where you just tap the body here, working the core, you'll see. Do both exercises back to back 3 or 4 times, resting for a minute or 2 in between. Okay, here we go. There's gonna be a slight bend in the knees here. Holding on to weights that feel appropriate for your body nice and upright, but I'm not rounding my back. My back stays straight. Inhale, I'm lowering the weights down to like mid-shin. It really depends on how flexible your hamstrings are right now. I'm driving my hips forward, pulling my hips back. Imagine like I'm closing a car door behind me and then driving my hips forward. I'm not arching my back at the top. I'm staying controlled, just straight to upright, lowering down, driving up. Go at a pace that feels appropriate for you. You can go much slower than this, and that's totally fine. You don't have to go that heavy. We're trying to groove these motions and develop the kinesthetic awareness inside of ourselves. Okay, this is how the body moves. Okay, like this makes sense. Move right into the bear taps. It's an all fours position and the knees are bent. I'm pressing strongly out through the ground and I'm tapping the sides of my core. Trying not to rotate too much. It'll be natural to rotate a little bit, but we're working that RDL, which is gonna pull the body up, and now we're working the front body, engaging the core and building some arm strength as well. These 2 sequenced together create a very well balanced type of body, which is what we're going for. We're not doing a ton of strength. I have different programs for that. This is really just to get the body turned on. Here I'm doing a little extra fun work of doing one leg extend and the other arm extended. It's a very challenging balancing maneuver, very beneficial. Sink yourself into a squat afterwards, step yourself back up, enjoy yourself, moving right on. A dumbbell or kettlebell row and a dumbbell or kettlebell pullover. I love the pullover. It's one of my favorite exercises. It really opens up the spine and the chest here. You're gonna repeat both exercises 3 or 4 times with 1 or 2 minutes of rest in between. Let's move right into it. Okay. So you're gonna find yourself a bench and you're gonna bring it up to a height where you can put your hand on it and you're really pushing into the bench. So this arm is working, body in an athletic stance. I'm rowing back. I'm pulling the weight to the hip. I'm trying to engage the back of the lat, driving the weight back, lowering it down. Exhale, control. Exhale, control. It's the slow, controlled, strong, lower, slow. Strong, lower, slow. Concentric is the pull, eccentric is the lower. The lowering phase, we want to go slow. It's going to help with building of musculature, right? Switching sides. Drive, lower, slow. Smooth, dynamic, controlled, right? We want to have these translate to if you were moving strongly, if you're like throwing a punch or something. We want to have the strength there, but we've controlled and grooved these lines in the body really well. So when you are doing something more physical, more athletic, your body already knows mechanically, biomechanically what to do. Okay? Stand up slow, take some nice breaths. Here comes my favorite exercise, the pullover. I'm gonna show it in 2 variations. You're gonna walk yourself out, have your weight over the head, start light, and you're gonna pull, stretching the lats and the triceps, and then drive up. Inhale, I extend back and I let my hips drop a little and I drive up. I'm arching my back with my shoulders as the focal point. So like the bottom of my shoulder blades are right on the edge of the bench here. I'm inhale, opening slow, exhale, driving up. If it feels like this is kind of stressful, slow it down. Don't drop the hips as much. Focus on the stretch, don't go super far, drive up. You'll get more accustomed to this over time. Take your time, be easy about it. Feel into this. There's so much that we're always here. This is the opposite motion, but you're building strength into it. So rather than just stretching, you're actually intelligently creating stronger muscular lines that keep you open even when you're at your desk, at your car, whatever. So you're an inhale, opening, exhale, driving. Really great, strong back bend, okay? So you can do this where you're arching all the way over, or you can bring your body slightly forward and then you're pressing more up in front of you. That's more tricep-y. Both are very good. Set yourself up slow. I kind of wiggle myself back. And that's all there is to it, okay? That's all there is to it. Okay, we're moving into a shoulder press. So this is a nice athletic pressing kind of motion and lowering super slow. And then a dumbbell curl where we're gonna curl in, rotate out, and lower down. Again, 3 or 4 sets back to back, resting for 1 or 2 minutes in between. This first one is a little advanced, okay? So you're gonna stagger your stance. If I'm holding it in my right arm, my left leg is forward, my right leg is back. It's like a little spring. And I'm gonna push and rotate. Roll back down slow, push and rotate. Like I'm throwing a punch into the sky, lowering slow. Throwing a punch, lowering slow and controlled. Use a weight that's light. Use something that you can level up into. You don't need to start heavy. Drive, focus on lowering. When I'm lowering, my tricep is gently and controlled, bringing it down to the body, driving back up, back to the body, right? We don't want to push through pain. We want to feel good moving through these motions. I'm going to switch my stance. If it's in my left hand, my right leg's forward, my left leg is back. That left leg is a spring. I'm going to coil and push. Come back, coil and push. This is a really good athletic translating movement. You just drive, control, drive, control. Focus on your core bracing this entire time. Focus your body like this big spring that's coiled up, ready to fire and then lower. You throw, you catch, right? Be very controlled, be very intelligent about your body here. We're building a better awareness of how our body operates, okay? This is one of my favorite curl variations. So you're gonna drive in, squeeze the chest, inhale, open and lower down, control it. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, open and lower. Exhale, squeeze in, inhale, lower super slow, controlled, intelligent. Exhale in, body stays upright, open, exhale in. The chest is gonna get worked a little bit too. Lower, slower than you think you should. Open, really controlled. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, open it out. Good. These are great. These are a really good addition, especially with that push. You're now doing this curl and opening. You're getting the whole body here. And then stand. When you're done, don't put the weights right down. Give yourself a moment. Get your body, get your nervous system used to holding onto these weights. After you're done, stretch. Do the little stretch sequence that I have involved in this program. Settle the body. Lay down for a minute. Don't hop right into your day. Let your nervous system calm down. You're doing awesome. Stay consistent. Stay having fun. You're building a body that is more capable and more robust than you've ever had. I believe in you. Stay with it. Big love.